For hygiene, the really problem is that there aren't enough latrines. There are a few houses that have latrines, but they are private latrines. They're not communal latrines. They're not accessible to the community at large, which means that the absolute majority of the camp inhabitants, we talk now of figures up to 60,000 people perhaps, are defecating in the open, in where they find a place. And we are also in the midst of the rainy season. So when the rains fall for hours after hours after hours, the camp floods, the dirt gets muddy, and water flows from one end of the camp, from the northern side of the camp, southwards to the southern part of the camp. And this is, if you combine that with the fact that there's the open defecation, that means bacteria is spreading without any restrictions or any hindrances. And then children play around these puddles of water, and they are very vulnerable. They're vulnerable and they get diarrheas and other diseases. And this is really the sort of the beginning of the crisis that we are seeing. We had a case where I had just walked into the clinic, but in other business. I had been inside the IPD, and the medical staff had mentioned the condition of this patient, and about 10 minutes later we got the news that the patient had died, and I'd just been there by the side of the bed. The mother was there also. It's tricky to describe. It's not so easy to describe exactly how you feel or how you're supposed to feel in that type of situation, that you see a small child is alive and moving, and then 10-15 minutes later is carried out. Still we are at a really high, we are still at a crisis, emergency level of the number of deaths of children under 5. We have many tragedies, but we also have stories of recoveries, unexpected recoveries, where, or not unexpected, but how to say, recoveries where the chances were very small. The doctors were not having too much hope. They worked, did their best, and they were able to get this patient to, increase gradually in weight, and to the point where she was able to discharge.